Good morning, dear doctors, and welcome to Hebe Medicare Cyprus podcast. Today, we're hosting Dr. Eva Alvarez from Spain. Welcome.
Thanks so much. So happy to be here with you.
Dr. Eva is an international world trainer of Toskani company, and she is a very famous aesthetic doctor worldwide. And it's a big privilege to have you here with us today, sharing your philosophy, your insights, and your secret protocols, right?
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm super happy to be here. It's my first time in Cyprus, so I'm super excited to meet you, to meet the doctors, and to be able to transmit, as you're saying, this very important Toskani philosophy and way of working, way of understanding the facial anatomy, the treatment ways, and how to understand the beauty today.
Before we dive in and before we start to talk about Toskani and the magic that behind the innovative products, first I want to hear a little bit about you. Who are you?
So, I'm, as you said, I'm the Global Medical Advisor for Toskani and Toskani Med. I'm an aesthetic doctor and I've been working in cosmetic and aesthetic medicine industry for now near 5 years. So I work in Barcelona, in Valencia, in Madrid and in Las Palmas in some different clinics around Spain. And I also assist to many different international congresses as a speaker. And
we've seen you also in IMCAS.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy because, as I always say, I'm as Hannah Montana. I have best of both worlds. I love my job with my patients in my clinic, but I also love my job in training sessions and as a more like a teaching way worldwide and meeting doctors from every country, which is amazing.
I'm very curious to know. Why Toskani? Why did you choose Toskani? I mean, I know me as a distributor, why did I choose Toskani? But I want to hear it from you.
So me, as a doctor, for me, the most important point when I'm working with my patients and when I'm trying to transmit and to teach this new philosophy in aesthetics, something which is super important is safety. So I truly believe that even if we are aesthetic doctors and we are working with beauty, we need to work with health. So it's very important that we use products which are safe, which are legal, and which are supported by science. And this is what really matters in Toskani. All the science behind the products, all the science behind the very good results, and the amazing products, the very good textures, the very good smells, even in cosmetics. But everything is backed up by science. And this is what's most important for me.
So Toskani has pharmaceutical labs.
Yeah.
Right? And this is how they manufacture all the products.
Yes, so Toskani is a Spanish company that was born 40 years ago in a pharmacy. This is a familiar business. So they started in a local pharmacy in Poblenou, in Barcelona, and they started doing their own formulations at a historical moment in which there weren't all these amazing products available in the industry. So they did magistral formulas and their own combinations. So from this need of making these new products and these new solutions to help people and to treat the skin, this is where Toskani was born. That's why our slogan is passion for skin, because the origin of Toskani was wanting to help to treat the people's skin in a moment where there were no solutions for that.
What makes the difference between one doctor to another? What makes a doctor stands out comparing to all the doctors
From my
field?
point of view, being super sincere, the way of being. I mean, the how nice you are to your patients, how do you listen to them, how do you make them feel? I mean, you can be a super good injector, and obviously this is super important. And what I always say at my training is okay, it's super nice that you're here today, but please go home and study. This is what really makes a good doctor to be humble and to always want to continue learning from other people. But being a good person, making the patient feel comfortable. When I started medicine, I wanted to help people. I wanted to improve people's life. So I wanted first to cure them because I didn't know I wanted to be an aesthetic doctor. So I was thinking about, I don't know, making like traditional medicine or whatever. And when I discovered aesthetic medicine, I understood that this is helping people in another way, but we have a huge responsibility, which is super different to any other doctors, that we have healthy patients. We are the only doctors that are not treating any disease. We're having healthy patients that want to improve. So this is a huge responsibility because when someone's sick, you have to make them cure, so they are not good and there's an improvement, a possible improvement. But when they are already okay, you cannot.
You want to make sure they will.
You cannot
stay
worsen.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot worsen that. So this is a huge responsibility on being an aesthetic doctor. So how you make the patients be confident to you? How do you make them feel okay? You answer their doubts, you make them feel confident, you understand them, you get to listen to what they say even if they don't say it.
Actually, you're making people's dream come true.
You are.
Because in these days, 2026, you don't need to settle for nothing. Everything is an option, and you can do so many changes. And whatever will make you happier, you should just go ahead and do it, as long as you're doing it in the right way, in a healthy way, in a safe way. Yes.
Sure. This is the key point, because we have been thinking like for years that aesthetics were something like super superficial and it was something like only about beauty, but it's also something about self-confidence, about how do you feel when you look at a mirror and how do you recognize yourself. Most of the patients, when they come to our clinics, they usually come because something's happening. As we always say, like, women get their haircuts when changes are coming. They are also coming to the aesthetic doctors when they want to take care of themselves, when something has moved, when they want to recognize them again, when they want to reconnect with themselves, and understanding this as a self-care treatment.
This is one of the most beautiful explanations I've ever heard. And I've been sitting here with many professors, and it's very beautiful what you just said.
Yeah, so when we understand as doctors that we have this amazing job, we can only be like super grateful to be dedicating our lives to improve others' life, and to make them like feel better with themselves. And then that's the first step for everything's improving after. So it's amazing. It's like magic.
It is amazing, and it's the most important thing.
It is.
Now let's talk about a little bit about the clinical issues, okay? What can you tell us about the products line of what we're doing here today in the training, in the workshop, about the fillers of Toskani and about the skin boosters? What is so special about the fillers of Toskani?
So, as we were talking about, Toskani is always backed by science and backed by safety. So we all know what's hyaluronic acid, we all know what hyaluronic acid does in a tissue, in a face, but not everyone knows that hyaluronic acid is not only one thing, but that there are different kinds of hyaluronic acid. So depending on the molecule we're working with, this hyaluronic acid, depending on its molecular weight, on its size, will have some specific properties. And what makes these Toskani injectable lines different is that we're working with very high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. And this very high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, 3,000 kilodaltons, will have a very, very powerful bioregenerative activity. So will trigger the synthetic capacity of the fibroblasts on making more collagen and more elastin. It will also be
parallel to the fact that you are restoring volume to the face.
Obviously.
Okay.
So we're assuming that the hyaluronic acid fills. It fills, okay. It catches
Sculpture
water.
feels, okay.
This is something inherent to the hyaluronic acid. But on top of that, if we use very high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, it will additionally be biostimulatory. So I won't only have this volumizing effect, but I'm having a rejuvenating effect from the inside on the tissue quality, on the tissue homeostasis, on the tissue functionality. So this is something very important nowadays because we've been facing like long-term complications as overfilling syndromes, like destroyed faces, like super unnatural results, and then very bad consequences in long term. So for example, skin distension because very huge amounts of volume, etc. So when working with very high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, I'm ensuring that my patients are getting the very good voluminization results, but in a safe way, in a regenerating way, in a way in which I'm also treating the tissue quality. So this is amazing. And this is obviously done by the skin booster, but this is also done by the fillers. So having a volumizing product that also helps me on restoring the tissue functionality and equilibrium, it's amazing. And this is something that patients notice. I've been working with many other fillers like in my career, and since I work with Toskani fillers, my patients see an improvement on skin hydration, brightness, firmness after the filler. And this is something that was not happening to me before. So I just do a full face and I take before and after pictures, and we will see that in the presentation because it's amazing. Then you see again the before and after picture and it's like, okay, yeah, she has a very good chin now, a very good cheek projection, but look at their skin. And it's wonderful.
Was improved. The quality of the skin.
The brightness, the healthiness. I mean, it looks healthy. And this is something super important because we're not talking now only about beauty, but about skin health.
And also the skin will be more equal.
Sure.
In the skin tone, I mean.
Yeah, and anti-inflammation. So this will also help a lot, for example, patients with rosacea or with acne or with like inflammatory conditions. When they use something with very high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, as it is very anti-inflammatory, they get a super huge improvement on their skin balance, we'll say.
Absolutely. So last night at dinner, you shared with Dr. Georgia an interesting secret. I don't know if it's a secret, but for us it was very interesting to hear because it was like completely creative and out of the box. And I wanted to share with our doctors, please. I'm talking about the combination between the HA3 skin booster and the Lumicen ampoules, or maybe other combinations that you can share.
Yeah, so something that also makes Toskani super special is this possibility of mixing everything and adapting the protocol specifically to the patient you have in front of you. So as we have that many active ingredients, the magic starts when you understand them and know how to mix them, and you prepare your own cocktail specifically designed to your patients.
So you're actually a chef or a bartender, and you're making the
cocktail.
cocktail.
I'm making the cocktail, and I'm personalizing that. And when you explain this to a patient, that also makes them feel like super special.
Absolutely.
Because I'm having
it's
my
tailor-made.
own. Yeah, I'm having my own protocol, and that's only for me. So this is amazing. So for example, mixing HA3 with Lumicen, which is our...
Lumicen ampoule,
yeah,
right?
And Lumicen gel too.
Also.
So, yeah, all of them. So having this regenerative power of polynucleotides in combination with HA3 or even NCPR for the nutrition. We can
so you mean literally take the syringe, put a connector, take another syringe with the Lumicen and then mix them.
Yeah.
And then inject them as they are.
that's a super off-label thing. We already know that. But
Or you can microneedle if you
Yeah.
have an assistant, if you have a beautician, a cosmetologist in
that's the
place.
point. So this is a huge versatility in the products. So we're having lots of doctors around the world doing these amazing combinations by directly mixing the product by themselves and applying like everything together, and the results are amazing.
So what would be the options? Lumicen for?
Lumicen for inflammation, we'll say, and for deep regeneration, so very dull skin, very fine wrinkles, like very dehydrated skin, I would choose a mix between HA3, Lumicen, and NCPR. I will do the
NCPR.
three of them for like full boosting regeneration. So as you were saying, we can, following the Toskani mesosynergy philosophy, we can also work this by layers. So we can do like skin prep with microneedling or mesojet gun electroporation with Lumicen and NCPR, and then injecting HA3 at a dermal level. Or we can
Amazing. In this, in the same session.
exactly in the same session.
Okay.
So this is something which is also super good from the Toskani products, and as we were discussing yesterday, from the Toskani Mesojet gun,
Yes.
that these are treatments with no downtime. So they are super compatible with people's daily activities and daily life. They come to the clinic, they get the treatment, and they go back to their jobs or whatever, and no one needs to notice that they have done nothing.
Can you say a word about the mechanism of action of this Mesojet gun?
So the Mesojet gun device is a device that's based on this pulse booster technology, which is an electrical technology which is going to transmit energy to the cells and will depolarize transiently the cell membranes to make the skin permeable to whatever we're applying on top of them. So this membrane depolarization would make the skin absorb everything we put into it. And obviously it is also gonna enhance the flow of oxygen and nutrients to the treated area, and will enhance all the skin metabolism in the treated area. So it's a needle-free mesotherapy.
Which is very safe for the summer.
Obviously, safe for the
Especially.
summer and safe for patients which are afraid of needles. Or
And patient with active acne.
yeah, or for example, patients under anticoagulant treatments, or in which injections are contraindicated, or they want to avoid bruising or whatever. Or for example, to prepare for a special event. If you're having a wedding in 2 days, I'm not doing a mesotherapy, but I'm always doing Mesojet gun. So this is amazing, super comfortable, very, very well tolerated for the patients, and amazing results.
Zero downtime.
Zero downtime.
Safe, no pain.
And huge results in this drug delivery. So whatever active ingredient I'm applying topically will penetrate and will have a deep and an intense effect into the skin. So it's amazing.
So, thank you very much. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Super excited to meet all the doctors. Super happy to be here again. And thanks for the invitation.
Thank you for coming. We're very lucky to have you here today. And all the doctors in the other room are waiting for you. So, if you want to learn more about Toskani and Toskani Med, you're welcome to follow Dr. Eva Alvarez's page, Toskani, Toskani Med, and Toskani Cyprus. See you soon.